According to government's own survey, that is the periodic labor force survey, the 90% of the workforce in India is part of the informal sector. It means they don't have any contract, they don't have income security, there is no job security, and more importantly, they don't have a social security. So how government can address this problem? One, government can create more number of employment opportunities in the formal sector, but it is going to take more time to increase the manufacturing base, or they need to increase the incomes in the agriculture. Again, this is going to take a longer period of time. So how government can take care of its most vulnerable section, that is the workforce in the informal sector? That is when the government came with three sets of schemes, that is the Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Yojana. Hello all, welcome to Universal Group of Institutions, Bengaluru. As we know very clearly, the government schemes plays a very significant role for the prelims perspective as well as the mains perspective. In this particular special series, we are going to discuss the important government schemes from the prelims point of view. One such set of schemes that we are going to discuss today is Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Yojana, which consists of three schemes. Of these, the first happens to be the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. So what exactly is this? First and foremost, it happens to be a central sector scheme administered by LIC or any other approved life insurer. Remember very clearly, it is a central sector. That means the funding is taken care by central government. Two, it provides affordable life insurance coverage to all the eligible citizens. What is the coverage amount? That happens to be the 2 lakh. That happens to be the 2 lakh. What is a premium? Premium amounts to 436 rupee per annum. That is less than 2 per a day. What is the eligibility? An individual between the age of 18 to 50 is eligible to. Okay. Then what is the enrollment period? It is annually renewable enrollment by 31st May every year. And this is where, the UPSC lays the mind saying that, the enrollment is by the end of the current financial year, making it 31st May. Making it 31st March instead of 31st May. So who eligibility, age group, and what is the enrollment? There is the timeline that happens to be the 31st May. Please remember very clearly. And what is the insurance limit? That happens to be the 2 lakh. So let us look at few more details about this particular scheme. Something that is very important. Okay, the first next happens to be the whether the NRIs are eligible under this particular scheme. As you can read very clearly, any NRI having an eligible bank account with a bank branch located in India is eligible to pay. And which bank accounts? All the bank account holders other than institutional account holders are eligible to pay this. Enroll for this particular program. Next one is very important. Why are foreign insurance companies associated with PMJJBY when LIC, which is a government owned, could have managed? There are 24 life insurance companies operating in India who are licensed by the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India to carry out the life insurance in India. To promote the competition and the better pricing and service to the customers, all these companies are permitted to participate. Remember very clearly, there are, foreign insurance companies are also eligible to participate, which is very important from the examination point of view, because UPSC in examination or prelims clearly they make a statement saying that no foreign insurance company is eligible to operate under this particular scheme. No, they can also sell the insurance product. Remember very clearly. Now moving to the next, that is the second one, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. It provides coverage for a death or a disability due to accidents. The first one happens to be the life insurance. This happens to be the accidental insurance scheme. Again, it's a central sector scheme. What is the coverage? Coverage is 2 lakh for accidental death or total permanent disability. That is, a loss of a hand, a leg, one hand, one leg, two hands, two legs. Yes, 1 lakh for the partial permanent disability. What is the premium? Premium happens to be very low, 20 rupees per annum. That is the less than 2 rupee per month deducted via auto debit. We know very clearly which is a nodal ministry of finance, and there is a specific department called as the Department of Financial Services, which itself is also implementing the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Yes. So what is the objective? Accidental death and disability insurance. Any individual between the age of 18 to 70. Whereas the life insurance, that is Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti, that's 18 to 50. Here it is 18 to 70. Again, enrollment period is 31st May every year. That you need to remember very clearly. As I said very clearly, they try to lay trap saying that it is by the end of a financial year, that is the 31st March. So let us look at few more features for the examinations perspective. That is the, again, how would the premium be appropriated? Can all holders of a joint join the scheme through the said account? In case of a joint account, all holders of the said account can join the scheme provided they satisfy the eligibility criteria. That is very important. Whether NRIs are eligible, again here, any NRI having an eligible account and fulfilling other criteria is eligible. Again, next one, is it necessary? This is very important. Is it necessary to report accidents to police and obtain FIR for claiming benefits under the policy? In case of incidents like road, rail, and similar vehicular accident or drowning, death involving any crime, the accident should be reported to the police. In case of incidents like snake bite, fall from a tree, the cause should be supported by the immediate hospital record. Remember, in a, under only certain cases the FIR is mandatory. There are certain things where FIR is not mandatory as well. Again, the next one, in case of non-settlement, is it possible to proceed legally against the foreign insurers? Yes, it is available, because right now, the insurance sector, the FDI is limited, is capped at 74%. So even the Indian companies are also part of this. That means there is a joint venture. You can always proceed against the foreign insurers as well. So moving to the next and the third scheme under this, that is the Atal Pension Yojana, very important one. This is contributory in nature, because we know very clearly there are certain schemes, pension schemes, which are non-contributory as well, under something like a national social assistance program, where the widow, old age, disabled people, they do get the insurance in the range of 300 to 500, depending upon the category to which they belong to. Okay, when I say category, I'm referring to old age, disabled, and the widow. Okay, now moving to the one, it is Atal Pension Yojana is a contributory in nature. What is the objective here? Pension guarantee for the workers in the unorganized sector. As I said very clearly, 90% of the labor force is part of informal sector. What is the eligibility criteria? 18 to 40 years. This you need to know very clearly, and must be a non-income tax payer. That is very, very important. What is a pension? Based upon the contribution the individual is going to get after the age of the 60, he is going to get somewhere between 1,000 to 5,000. Post-retirement benefits, if the subscriber death happens and the spouse is the one who happens to be the nominee, the spouse is going to receive the same amount of pension as the subscriber used to receive. Remember, it is not the half of the amount, it is the same as what the subscriber was receiving. Then what is the contribution of the government, and for how many years the government is going to give? Government is contribution is available for only 5 years. That is from the financial year of 2015-16 to 2019-20. That means any individual who joins between this particular date, the government would have contributed. That is the 1st June 2015, 31st March 2016. Remember, again, it is here 1st June. This is not the 1st April. Okay, then must not be covered by any statutory social security scheme. That means somebody who is already receiving money under National Social Assistance Program is not entitled to receive. Co-contribution details, again, government co-contribution is 50% of the total APY contribution, subject to maximum 1,000 per year only. Okay, co-contribution will be credited at the end of the financial year. Again, disbursement, the government co-contribution will be paid after the confirmation from the central record keeping agency that the subscriber has paid all the installments for the concerned financial year. So government is going to contribute only during that specific timeline. The timeline has already ended. That was the between FY 2016 and FY 20 is what the whole idea here. So these, if you look at is few more detailed aspects like whether NRI is eligible, what happens if the contribution gets delayed. Can you see very clearly what happens? Whether any NRI is eligible here. NRI, yes, NRI in the age group of 18 to 40 having a bank account, they're also eligible. Okay, then what is the due date? Again, APY contribution, as I said, either in the first month or on a monthly basis. So these are certain aspects which happens to be very important from the prelims perspective. So that's it in this particular video session. Let me sum up very quickly. As I said, the things that are important happens to be which is a ministry under which this particular scheme falls, the nodal agency, and who are the beneficiaries. So these are whether the scheme happens to be the central sector or the centrally sponsored, these happens to be very important. So that's it in this particular video session. Do like, do share, and do subscribe. Thank you.